Orlando has long been known as the City Beautiful, also known as the City with a
Sound. Live on stage,
the
sound.
Orlando!
So, is they ready?
You mean to say that's the best you can do? Hip-hop is something you live. Almost anybody could do better than that. You know? Okay, the sound of Orlando!
Yo.
Lock this down like it's supposed to be.
On your FM dial.
Glasses is trying to hold this up.
What's going on, party people? What is going on? Welcome to the Sound of Orlando show. This is your boy Ro. For those that didn't see us come on last night, there was a scheduling conflict that came up. My man was inside of a bad reception area. It was like somewhere in the mountains in New York, upstate New York, and so we are going to reschedule RJ Payne for a later date. We sometimes hate putting on the show, but you know, certain things happen and kind of worked out. I had some other things going on. So welcome to the Sound of Orlando show. This is your boy Rome. Like we do about this time, we're bigging up our people in the city. Shouts out to all my peoples that are supporting the movement. Long time. You know, we need that. We've been needed that. Ain't nothing changed. Shout out to my man Strays Flow immediately on the check-in. What's good, homie? Love you. All my peoples out there, you know what time it is with the show. We are surviving off the support of our city. That's really important. And we want to highlight our artists in the city that are contributing to the sound of Orlando. If you don't know by now, you better ask somebody. Red Rum is bubbling in the city. They're doing really well right now. The album is fire, and it's just catching blaze throughout the city, and deservedly so. They are part of the sound of the city. Shout out to Rax, and shout out to Red Eye. Shout out to Strays Flow and that whole movement. Yeah. Also, too, there's plenty of other artists. Shout out to my man Jay Terra. They'll be doing a video release party on the 28th, I believe, at Iron Cow. And I've recently been invited to DJ that event. Flyers will be made here shortly, so you will see the movement. The Soul Show will be at Iron Cow downtown in the city, Milk District. You already know how it's going down. It'll be Jay Terra, Lavid, and other guests will be there. So make sure, I know it's Memorial Day weekend, after the barbecue and all that, if you want to hear the sound of our city, make sure you head out to Iron Cow on that Saturday night. It's going to be an epic situation indeed. Also, a lot of stuff going on as we approach this weekend. But do not forget to be a fucking human being to people. We need that. Shout out to my man Ray Swift on the check-in. We need that. You don't have to be a complete jerk to everybody. Times is rough right now. Nobody's ever going to say, hey, bro, you guys don't deserve to be upset, angry, but you don't need to be a jerk. Okay, remember, we're all in this together, man. We're all fighting this war together, and we need our brothers and sisters now more than ever. If you see somebody going through something, do not be afraid to be a good neighbor and talk to them. Ask them how they doing. Man, a simple how's your day can go a long way, man, and allow people to feel like they're not running around a bunch of demons, okay? We can be human to each other. Nothing wrong with that. Don't make you a sucker to be a damn human, a decent human being. So shout out to all my peoples out there that know what I'm talking about. This is the Sound of Orlando show. Now, our next guest coming up tonight represents all things ORL. Her background is from Kingston, Jamaica. She's a singer-songwriter. Shout out to my man Jay for putting me on to her. She's doing big things in the city. And it's an honor and a privilege to have her. She had a Number four, charting on the independent charts, song called Soldier Boy. And man, we need to support our queens out here, man. They putting in some work. We need that. So without further ado, let me bring on singer songwriter, the queen in the city, on the move, my girl, Myoka. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Hello?
Yes.
Somebody's trying to hear me. Can you hear me at all? I can't seem to hear you. No, I
Yeah, I
can't
can
hear
hear.
you either. I'm not sure what's happening, but I can see you. Hello? Let me try to see. Hello?
We are having a little bit technical difficulties. Don't worry about it one bit. Shout out to my man Ray Swift. What's good? What's good, King? Live to see another day. It's a beautiful thing. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way, right? Love movement, right? Old Town movement, right? There she is. She's back. Once again, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you.
All right. We going we gonna work through it. It's gonna happen either way. Shout out to the Queen. What's going on, Myoka? Thanks for coming on to the show tonight. Sound of Orlando show's glad to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. Everything is happening, life is happening, and God is so good. And shows like this are exposures, and I just want to thank you guys for having me. Yep.
You already know. You already know. Now, before we get into what you got going on right now, let's talk about you know, your background and how you started in the music business, and what brought you into this thing of ours that we love so much. And just talk a little bit about how you came up.
Well, first, I want to say, as far back as I could remember, I started singing at 8 years old in my junior choir. I believe I was influenced a lot by the church and gospel because both side of my family, both side of my parents, mom and dad were strong believers. So as far as back as 8 years old, I was on the choir singing. Then I went on to doing, stuff in high school, being on my team, dancing, representing my school internationally, a lot of stuff. So it started in church and gospel.
Awesome.
Mhm.
And when you're talking about church, is it American church or is this Jamaica church?
Both, because I'm originally Jamaican, born Jamaican, but I've lived in Orlando. And even not living in Orlando, as a child, I was influenced first, like from Shirley Caesar. I remember Mama in a happy way. And
Eh,
then back there was Grace Trillers. I'm not sure anybody knows Grace Trillers, but there was Shirley Caesar. And then growing up, it became like a Bob Marley and a Dennis Brown and a Whitney Houston and a Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. So
Right.
I was influenced by church and gospel, Shirley Caesar, going into R&B, going to soulful music. So it started from a younger age, and the church. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So you grew up around that. You've seen, you know, what that does for the spiritual sense of a person. It uplifts people. It makes people feel good when they hear the music. Um, talk about how you said, okay, well, I'm going to turn this into something that I'm going to do as a career, and what is it like as a woman, um, you know, navigating those waters? Because sometimes things can be tricky. Sometimes people look at you to try to market you in a way that may compromise what you want to do and not focus on the things you want to focus on. So just talk about some of the things that you faced saying, all right, I'm going to do this.
Well, for one, I want to first thank the journey that I thrived to get here. I was professionally trained. I mean, in high school, Tivoli High School, big up yourself. I got professional training from Jennifer Morgan Garwood, Roberta Daly. So I started out with dance. I did a little bit of drama there and stuff. But professionally, I was trained by Ashy in singing, dancing, and acting. I did Jamaica School of Dance, a lot of professional training. So having that journey and the talent, it also helped to strengthen me going into the world of music. When someone looks at, not say when, it is said that experience, I've had experience, where someone looks at your image and your beauty, which is important in the industry, instead of listening to your talent. I've walked into studios where people say, she can't work, man, without even listening to one's voice. But I know, and not other than professional training, because I was gifted. I started at 8 years old in the choir, in the churches, leading all of that before I was trained getting on in life. So
Right.
my talent will precede any image, and that's what I want to portray. I want to make sure that my message, my music, is a legacy for the younger ones to come. So yes, I've had experience where you have challenges where people think, okay, she looks good, so she doesn't have to sound good. But I want to differ to say that I want to put both aspects together and make sure the message is forward first. So yeah,
Right. And talk about that message. What is your message? What are you trying to say to the people then for them to know who you are as a person, um, maybe what's going on in the world. You know, just talk about like what is the message that you want to convey to the people then?
I want to convey always love. In whatever we do, I believe love is the closest thing to magic, and I believe
Right.
conquers all. I mean, all the legendaries have sang about it, and not only them, you feel it, you see how it heals, how it brings people together. So I want people to know that, during these times, I mean, there are hard times, and even not during those hard times, that love conquers all. It will be over soon, Stay focused, stay driven, stay determined, and know at heart that love is there. And if you use that on the forefront, everything would purposely follow. My message is love. Love is all
Mm,
that my song says. Love we need, love in our heart.
oh
Love.
my God. I'm sold already. I mean, because to your point, you do feel or see or hear so much hatred in the world right now, or just the I don't I know that word love is used in so many ways that is not right. That's not love. It's worship. People worshiping material things and worshiping money and all of these things. So it, it's refreshing when you hear a message of love because who would have thought that requires so much courage at times when people want all this other stuff that it may be nice for now, but that may not that may not bode well into an entire career or something that people will remember you by or remember you were here on the planet. Like people tend to remember people that love,
Yeah.
right? You know, and we
Yeah.
also remember the people that hate.
Hey,
So it's
it is so true that both of them have its strengths. But I believe love conquers all. I believe it outweighs hate if we know how to use it, if we know how to come together with love. And as I said, people have to understand that it takes courage to use love. We are with some of our people, we live with our loved ones, and we work and we come home and we hardly even look in the one's eyes to say, okay, what happened today? What, it's like, okay, routine. We work, we go to bed, we pay the bills. Take the time out to find out, take the time out to care, be your best. Because I believe, every day you should be your best, you know?
right. So obviously you're saying without saying this is what your music should will be representing as far as that message and also too what I'm curious to know being that you live in Orlando and we're the underdog in the world right now. A lot of people don't realize all the talent and all the gifts that are sitting here in Orlando just waiting to be exposed to the world. What was it like for you growing up here in Orlando and pursuing music? And are you close with the West Indian community? Because we got a big community out here, and Do you see certain divisions that could be, if people could just bring all of their differences together? You know what I mean? Like the Jamaican population, we got the Haitians out here, we have Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, a little bit of everybody out here,
Every,
and we have strength in numbers.
yep,
Um, you know, but at times it does seem like we're all in our own corners,
yep.
and we're not listening to each other to learn more. We're just comfortable with what we know, and we don't need to know no more. What say you?
I mean, what I say is this. For one, I didn't grow up here. I mean, I moved here in 2015, I believe. So I've been here a couple years now. And for the music and doing it here, I must want to take the time out to say, big up lifestyle events. Back home, I didn't have management. I just signed and have management a couple months now, and everything has been uphill. It's amazing to learn that the music is 20% talent and really 80% business. And I say that to say this. I learned that through my new management team. We've done a lot since I've been here. We've released Soldier Boy, my newest single. It ran number 4 on the digital world charts. We just finished the video. We're about to release that stuff. So, since to answer the first part of your question, moving here and doing music in comparison to Jamaica and doing it with a team instead of doing it alone, it's moving faster. I can see great
Right.
difference. I want to big you guys up. Jason is a big part of it.
Yes.
Up
Shout
yourself.
out to Jason. Shout out
Yeah.
to Jason.
And two,
Hardworking, great singer, great at what he does, and for him to take on yet some artists on top of what he's doing, I think that's dope.
no, Backshot is brand everything. Now, in terms of the Jamaican market and the Asian market and all of that stuff, I am slowly getting into. But Jamaicans are Jamaicans, and we recognize real. And once we get together, we get together. Once it happens, it's a pop. In terms of the Asians and the this and the that, all it takes is the gathering again of the word love. It will
Right.
happen. You understand? And it's happening slowly because when I do go out to network, I do see Asians over here. There's Jamaicans over here. So everybody is, getting in and that's where it's gonna go. I want my music to be a household name, like a Bob Marley, like a Mike.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to leave that legacy on so that the younger generation can say, okay, Myoka sang this or Myoka did that. So that's where the aim is for me. So it's all uphill. A lot of things are happening, and I'm just grateful, to have the opportunity to actually be here in America too, and the mixed community with Jamaica, so you could lace the two, you know.
Right.
They're
Um,
fast.
how hard? How? I mean, what? Like you mentioned about doing things on your own and working with a team. How important is the team concept? Because a
Yeah,
lot of people have a hard time grasping that they don't need to be the hero of their own movie. Sometimes the hero is not, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Sometimes the hero is a damn homeless person that saved the day. You never know who the hero is, but we spend most of the time trying to be the hero. How important is it to have a good team around, some good people around you? Talk about that.
it is very important, and again, I am so grateful to have my new team with me. I mean, the word team is spelled that way for a particular purpose. There's no I, no me, no I in team. It's a gathering of everybody. And it's so good when your team member could shuffle around any position on that team and still the same result is the result. For the greater good, for that uplift that one person. The team is very important. I mean, without my team, I don't feel I would have gotten this far. I mean, I was doing it on my own. I've done music videos on my own. I've done commercials on my own. I've acted in movies. I've done a lot. I've worked with a lot of big names. Beanie Man, I'm in those music videos, on my own. But the accomplishment, of going number
Right.
starts, having somebody who helps with posting, having somebody who deals with your outfits, having somebody who deals with your hair, having somebody, it's all together. It's like, okay, Mayoka, you don't have to worry about this, everything is connected. Sit But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, everybody that is on the team. And I just want you to guys to know that you are respected and much appreciated. And no, we say, I appreciate love you. Not appreciate, but I appreciate love you. The team is important. It's very important.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Appreciate, love you. I like that. That's nice. Um, yeah, but to your point, it's a beautiful thing when not only you have a good team around you, but the freedom that it allows you to just concentrate on what you do good. So you don't have to be, like you said, doing 3,000 jobs, and just trying to be everywhere at once, being and that a lot of times forces people into having that God complex, like feeling that they're like gods because they do everything. And yeah, that you know, some people could do everything for like 3 hours, maybe a year, but that shit will burn you out quickly,
Tiring, right? It's tiring, and
right?
the focus is so great. Just write music, be beautiful, be on time,
Right.
eat, exercise, and be ready. And let us do everything else. Don't worry about, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
What are some of the what's some, have you gotten to perform? I know, like you say, you've been here 3 years, and then because that's literally it'd be 3 years for me in July. I'd moved to Kansas City for a little while and came back, um, and it seemed like boom, 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 and then all of a sudden, shut it down. Nobody's performing, nobody's doing nothing. Were you able to do some shows and kind of get out there and let people hear your music? And I mean, or
No,
have you been affected by COVID
I
negatively?
have been affected, but I will bless God that I got a couple shows in. I did the Jerk Fest show with Ioctane. I did Bree show with Dexter Daps from my country, Jamaica. I did the improv show a couple months ago. So my team has been working. So here and there I've gotten a little bit of it's and bits, and I believe that it will be over soon. We should all hang in this together. I mean, I know a lot of people may be delusioned or confused as to what is happening, but hang in there. It will be over soon. But bless God, I've got my foot in a couple shows and a couple shows lined up too.
Awesome, awesome. So, you have that single out. What can we expect from you? Um, in the next few months, in the next year? What is all things Myoka have planned for everyone?
There's so much planned. I was looking at the calendar today. We're in the month of May. For example, in this month, we are finally releasing Soldier Boy. Guys, Soldier Boy is coming. It's fire. It's happening. Close, close. Not the end of the month, but it's coming soon. You'll see I'll put a post, so the video is coming out. Also, we're going to have our EP release, so we could show you all the other songs that we're working on, other than just this single. We're having a
Right.
planned up for you coming also, and we also want to film a next video for you for one of the songs that will introduce you in the EP. So a lot of things are happening. The release of the video, we have the EP release coming out soon. We have also the virtual show that we're doing for you guys, so guys could see Myoka in a combination of all her songs all together. You could see her in action, you know so a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening. Shows. We're on the Jerk Fest show over here. We're on the a lot. We'll make sure that you stay in tune to all our social media websites, so you'll see what's happening. But
Um, and what like you were saying, like you got these things coming up and all of that. You also are a songwriter. Do you write for other people as well?
well, I've written for other people, but that's back in Jamaica. Pick up yourself, the twin stars. My aspiration is to, because I believe I am talented in writing, and I want to write for people someday so they could express themselves with love. you know?
Right, absolutely. And that's part of that team concept because sometimes it does take a few people to develop a song. versus one person doing it all. And you know, and there's so many people out here that may have a voice, but don't may not have that writing capability. So you know, it'd be a good thing for you to test those waters out there, and like I said, some people could take a song like a Whitney Houston could take a Dolly Parton song and just totally kill it, and just we like I didn't even know I like Dolly Parton like that, but
Right?
you know, but um, also too, you know, how what do you think about um R&B singing in 2021? How are you seeing it as a art, and are you excited about the things that are to come? Do you feel things could kind of change up a little bit more, or do you like where it's at and no worries?
I mean, I'm very adaptable. I just started working myself with a lot of R&B slow songs like Soldier Boy, my newest single slash R&B mixed reggae, all of that stuff. So I'm really working on the reggae side of things, and with my new team, we've crossed over. I believe R&B has changed because I'm an '80s baby. And
Right, right, right.
songs back then, so and how they wrote in comparison to now is more, but it's okay. So I believe a little bit of change could be done there, and I believe also that R&B will sustain because R&B is mellow, it's smooth, it's all of that stuff, and you need that. It has a little bit of love in it if they know how to write and make sure that message is portrayed correctly. So I love
Right.
it.
And
I'm very
talk about the reggae aspect as well, because um, you know, reggae seems to be in a good place and a good mix up of everything. You get a little there's the culture vibe, there's the real rockers slow vibe, and then there's the you know um obviously the dance hall vibe.
very
And now you're kind of seeing reggaeton artists and reggae artists kind of combining, and so Caribbean music in general, I mean, I just see it as a great place to be in music, because it doesn't care. It's like it's really going and doing what it needs to do. Do you feel the same way about
I
Caribbean music right now?
way I feel reggae music is it's a winner, it's a ruler, it's a mover, it's a viber, it's a R&B, it's a hip hop, it's
Right,
everything. Reggae is everything. It's because you could take reggae and make it whatever. I see people now taking reggae and making reggae country, reggae African, reggae,
right,
reggae.
right.
So reggae is everything, man. Everything once used properly. I love reggae. Roots rock.
What's not to love? I mean, and if I could get the food too, I'm good. Like,
Have you
give me
been?
some oxtails. I'm working.
All right, all right.
Well, I love your energy. I love your vibration. I'm looking forward to hearing what else you're going to be doing here in the future. I know Orlando needs that. We need that representation too of reggae music, because we don't have a reggae artist that we can say they're from Orlando, and feel like that's a hometown favorite home team. So that would be dope to have. Uh, you know, you do your thing out there representing the city, and putting that aspect on, because I tell people this all the time. You know, we never know who's waiting on us.
That is so true.
We never know. Like, you might get 6 feet, and then that next person that you were just waiting for that 6 feet. Now all they need to go is 3 feet, and vice versa. And we need each other sometimes, and we don't realize how much we do. Like, everyone is depending on another one to
But
live their purpose.
and that's where we come in with love. After you find your purpose, the secondary purpose of life is to help each other. you
Right.
know, make sure you fulfill the secondary purpose of what we call life. I mean, I would love to represent not only Jamaica but Orlando and everywhere. You understand? And be a representative for you guys. And it starts with, again, shows like this, the soul, and everybody else who have ever given me a platform, to project oneself, because my journey never ends. As I tell you, my journey never ends. I intend to be a household name. Again, like a Bob Marley, big up yourself, do your death, you understand? But the music will live on. And I want to thank you guys for giving me that media. Other than all the stuff happening with Soldier Boy and my videos and stuff and what is to come, the message is love. And once you get this medium that you can spread all that love, that's all one would ever need.
Well, I don't know any other way to end the show other than that. You have the last word tonight.
Well, I I want to tell them where to find me for one.
Yes, absolutely. Now, where can they go get some of this fire from?
I like the word fire. For one, you could go to book Myoka at gmail.com. There's also my website, myoka.me. That's myoka.me. There is Myoka Music. That's my Instagram. So you could go book myoka.me. You could go Myoka. No, book Myoka at gmail.com. Sorry. Myoka.me, which is a website, Myoka Music, everything with Myoka. If you want to find me, just type in Myoka. Thank you guys so much for having me. Join the Salter Show always. Big up yourself.
I appreciate that. It's an honor to have you and be a part of that journey that you're taking to not only put yourself on the map, but put an entire city on your map because what you guys are going to be doing, among others, is representing our city, whether you know it or not. And we want that representation. We deserve that representation because people out here need to know that people like yourself are out here um, putting everything on the line and trying to bring something else to the table. And I think regardless to what, you stay focused and you keep that team together, y'all gonna do wonders. So big up yourselves too. Shout out to Jason.
And
Um,
myself. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show. Give it up for Myoka, Jordan the Side of Orlando show. Man, we did it, people. We did it. We did it. Closing out a Friday on a good day. Shout out to my man Strange Flow. Shout out to the legendary Ray Swift. Shout out to my man Processor. Yes, I'm doing it right. Shout out to my man DJ, legendary Jesse Jazz. Not only is he a legendary promoter in the city, legendary DJ in the city, he is also a legendary graphic art designer in the city. If you've seen flyers in the city, there's only two people that did them, and he's one of them. All right. Make sure if you need anything, graphic wise, hit that man up. He'll take care of you. Who else is on the line? Oh, my late bloomer. What's going on, low balls? Shout out to you, brother. Um, but yeah, tonight we're in and out. Like to say, one of my brothers today, or last night, lost his father. Keep him in your prayers. Great MC from Detroit who's done his thing down here in Orlando. His name is Specialist. If you know him, just set a few prayers out to the brother. He lost his pops, and he's really going through it. So, Sound of Orlando sends our love and prayers to you, man. I know what you're going through. It's not easy. Also, too, before we get out of here, just know that we are out here just doing our damn thing, man. It's for our city, no more, no less. And we're trying to corral the entire city to lock arms to do something important and something that's never been done for our city. I believe we could do it, and I believe it begins there. Um, I'm so glad when people tune into the show for the first time and get to hear the sounds of our city. This is the whole purpose of the show, to bring you the sounds of our city, and that is Orlando, Florida. You already know. So, shout out to all you people out here, man. Mr. Top Fan. Low balls. It is what it is, bro. We love all of you, man. Thank you for supporting the show. And we will see you back here next week. Let's go.
Orlando has long been known as the City Beautiful, also known as the city with a
Sound. Live on stage.
The sound.
Orlando!
Show. Is they ready?
You mean to say that's the best you can do? Hip hop is something you live. Almost anybody could do better than that. You know? Okay, the sound of Orlando!
Show.
It sound like it's supposed to be
On your FM dial.
Say rock car.
This is to turn to hold this up.